Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Skill Philip. In this video, we will get to know how to prepare for AWS Certified Developer Associate exam. This video is based on my experiences while preparing for the AWS Developer exam, and I'll be sharing all the information and tips and tricks that helped me to clear the exam. I know most of you are aspiring to build your profile in cloud so as to become either cloud professional or have knowledge of cloud along with your existing skill sets. But having no prior idea about how to prepare for one of the most valued certifications can be really daunting and scary. I was in the same position, or rather say confusion, as you, but don't worry, clearing this exam is really not as difficult as it seems to be. So let's get started. In this video, we will be covering details about exam. We will get to know the difficulty level, passing marks, cost and time limit. Then we will jump to study material required like recommended courses, AWS provided materials, tests and books. After that, we will go through the study pattern which we can follow in 7 weeks time. And this is something which I figured out and followed to prepare for exam in optimum time. Then we will discuss about the tips for the day of exam. And lastly, I will be sharing 2 bonus tips which include how to get extra 30 minutes in exam and how to get 50% discount on your AWS exam. Talking about the exam difficulty level, if we take a look at all certifications provided by AWS, we can see developer exam sits in the middle of the difficulty hierarchy, and it is not as difficult as professional or specialty level exam, but yes, it is difficult than cloud practitioner one. But this doesn't mean you have to first compulsorily clear cloud practitioner exam before developer exam. You can always start with developer exam without any prior knowledge or certification. About exam details, the AWS developer exam has passing limit of 720 out of 1000 marks. The time limit is 130 minutes, wherein you can add extra 30 minutes to this exam. We will talk about how to do this at the end of the video as bonus tip. Then the exam cost is around $150 and you can get 50% discount on this if you have cleared any AWS exam prior to this. We will get into the details of this discount at end of the video. Then the format for the exam is multiple choice, that is either you will have single answers to choose or in some cases multiple answers to choose. And the exam delivery type is either training center type or online proctored one, wherein you can give exam at the test center near you or you can give it online from home. But yes, there are some rules and regulations on this by AWS. Also, AWS recommends 1 year of prior experience on AWS Cloud before appearing for this exam. But still, it is okay if you don't have any. You can anyways get started. And the time required to prepare is around 1 to 2 months on an average. But this also depends on your work schedule. Then there are 2 types of study material which you can refer to prepare for the exam. One is the materials provided by AWS and second is the courses and tests provided by other parties. First we will have look at the materials provided by AWS. So as you can see, these are 4 to 5 things which AWS provides, like the exam guide, the courses, tests, white papers and FAQs. And this is the link here which you can follow to get those details. So let's have a look about this on their website. This is the website provided by AWS and which provides the details of how to prepare for the different certifications. And so as you can see in the associate level section, you will find the section for developer associate, and in it you will find the exam guide which explains the exam details which we discussed before, plus the syllabus for the exam. You can also download the sample questions which has 10 questions, and this is quite easier than the actual test. This can help you to get started with giving the test. Then we have learning path, which are some links to AWS classroom sessions and details about developer learning path. Here are some FAQs and white papers recommended by AWS. So you don't need to read all of them. That is my personal opinion, but you can have a look at them at 1 or 2 white papers. And for FAQs, Go through them to check whether you missed any concept before, but don't spend too much time on them. Then we have exam readiness training. You can have a look at this digital training by AWS, which provides the explanation about the exam details, what kinds of questions to expect, what strategy you can follow to select correct answers, and so on. And the last thing here is the AWS mock test, which costs around $20 if I am not wrong, and has around 20 questions in it. And it provides you the environment like actual exam. The difficulty level is high for this test, and you can get this for free if you have previously cleared any exam. So coming back to the materials provided by AWS. So we have discussed all of it, and now let's go ahead to discuss the materials provided by third parties. My personal recommendations for courses to prepare for the exam are the first course by Stephen Marek, that is the Ultimate AWS Certified Developer Associate, and the AWS Certified Developer Associate by A Cloud Guru, that is Ryan Kroonenberg. So both of these courses are available on Udemy and you can refer them. Now here is one disclaimer. There is no sponsorship provided to this video by any other parties, and these are my pure recommendations, nothing else. The course which helped me to build my AWS concepts is by Stephen Marek, and that's also the top rated course on Udemy by thousands of students. So do have a look at it. Now the tests which can help you to assess your knowledge are WizLabs and the test provided by Stephen Marek. So these are the difficult level exams, and you can refer them at the latest stage of your preparation cycle where you have most of your concepts studied. Also, I have a free resource which I found on net by this website, Brief Me Now. So I would suggest first start with the easy test and then the difficult ones. And last but not least, if you are interested to get a deep dive on AWS in the form of book, then you can always refer to the AWS Certified Developer Associate Guide by Vipul Tankaria, that is from Pact Publications. Now I will be sharing with you the study pattern which I followed to be useful and efficient to prepare for the exam in 7 weeks. This will be a progressive pattern where you will start with basic steps by each coming week, and you will level up to increase the difficulty and ultimately be prepared enough to appear for the exam. Starting with week 1, you can pick up a course and start learning. Also, you can optionally do hands-on and make sure to take short notes which will come handy later at the time of revision. Continue with this learning for 2 more weeks so that you make sure to complete the courses and some of the hands-on you think might help to understand the concepts. Now, how does 3 weeks of time make sure that your fundamentals are ready? If you allot 1 hour daily on weekdays after your office and 4 hours daily on weekends, that is each on Saturday and Sunday, you will get 13 hours per week. That is 39 hours for 3 weeks. And for most of the courses, 15 to 20 hours long is enough. So you get enough buffer time to understand theory and practice hands-on, and you won't run out of time. Now for the 4th week, start with easy tests and gradually try to score up to 85% in these easy tests. This easy test could be the sample test given by AWS or the online free test which you find online. You can also finish up the course in case it is incomplete, but try to finish the course in the 4th week. For 5th and 6th week, your target should be to do the first revision of what you have learned so far. Start with difficult tests and try to aim for at least 65%. Also aim to get started with FAQs. White papers can be optional to read. As per my opinion, it is still fine if you take a look at 1 or 2 of them. And for the final week, that is the 7th week, aim to revise the theory and notes given by the courses. This would be your second and final revision, and try to score at least 70 to 75% in the difficult tests. Also, you can spend time in reading FAQ and white papers. I'm pretty sure that if you follow such kind of study pattern, you will be in a position to appear for the exam. You can also tweak or make some changes to this pattern as per your requirements. Now here are some motivational tips and personal experiences for you. If you are in a stage where you are attempting many tests and still are not able to cross 65 to 75%, then don't worry. This happens with most of the people in the beginning. Do not give up and keep giving as much tests as possible till you reach at least 70% in the difficult tests. Regularly attempting tests makes you remember the concepts more easily, because more the incorrect answers, more are the chances of you remembering them and their explanation. And all I can say is keep trying. Try till you succeed. Do not give up. You will surely clear the exam. These are the things to remember on the day of exam. First, carry your documents with you as indicated in the mail provided by exam center, and always prefer having proper meal before going for exam. Plan your exam time in advance. For example, how much time per question should be spent, and keep 10 minutes buffer time at the end, which means plan to attempt all questions before you have 10 minutes left, so that you get extra 10 minutes to solve some tough questions. Give a proper thought and brainstorming to each question, and never think of giving up or hurrying up even if you feel that exam is very difficult to pass in mid of the exam. So make sure that you give your best to choose the right answer and don't hurry up selecting answers at first glance, just because exam is a bit exhaustive. I had similar experience where I was giving my first AWS exam, that is AWS developer exam. And I was in the mid of the exam, quite exhausted and confused, and I was also doubtful whether I'll be able to pass or not, looking at the difficult questions. But trust me, results are much better than expected. And this is the last tip. This tip depends on individual, but my personal opinion is not to change answers hastily to the lot of questions when exam is about to end. So this usually happens that when exam is about to end, and you are unsure about 5 to 10 questions and you end up changing answers to these questions. My personal opinion is to avoid doing this, as you might end up deselecting the right answers. So be calm and patient. And now we are almost at the end of the video, and now I will be discussing 2 bonus tips with you. The first is adding extra 30 minutes to exam. AWS provides this benefit keeping in mind about the people whose primary spoken language is not English but are trying to give exam in English. But if I am not wrong, I guess everybody can avail this benefit, but this applies only if you are giving exam in English language. So the steps to do is go to the certification portal, you can find the link here below, and go to the upcoming exams section, and there you can find the request exam accommodations. So under that you can find the accommodation type, and you can select the ESL 30 minutes option in that. This request is confirmed automatically and applies to all future exams that you give. But here is a special note for you. If you have already scheduled your exam and you are trying to avail this request exam accommodation or the extra 30 minutes benefit, then you won't be able to apply this benefit to your existing exam. So you can always cancel your exam which is already scheduled, and after you cancel it, you can request for this exam accommodation which gets approved at the same time, and then you can go ahead and schedule your exam so that this benefit gets applied to your exam. Now going to the second benefit, there are some benefits provided by AWS if you have previously cleared any AWS certification before. One of the main benefits is getting 50% discount on your next AWS exam and get a free AWS mock test. So the steps to do this is go to the certification portal, you can find the link below, and then in it you can go to the benefits section, and under this section you will find a table wherein they have listed down all the benefits which are available to you if you have already given the exam. So as I have cleared AWS developer and DevOps professional exam, it is showing me benefits received from both of these exams. So as you can see, AWS provides the 50% discount on your next exam, then they have provided the free practice test voucher, then there is some store benefit, access, and then there is some SME program. So you can go claim benefit, you will get a voucher code, and you can apply this code when you are trying to schedule your exam or you are trying to give your free exam, free AWS mock test. So this brings us to the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts in comment section, and I'll be posting similar videos in coming weeks. I'll be posting a video per week. So please share this video with your friends so even they find it easy to start preparing for exam, and also like the video and please subscribe so that I will get motivated to make more videos like this for you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.